Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Idrissa Gueye has confirmed that Everton was the only club he would have left Paris Saint-Germain for in the summer. The 33-year-old midfielder made a return to Goodison Park after 3 years away and said the welcome he's received since coming back to Goodison Park has convinced him that he absolutely made the right decision. He said he's loving being back. He's part of the family, and did admit that he struggled towards the end of last season watching Everton battle relegation, and even admitted that some of his PSG teammates were giving him stick, but he was always confident that Everton would stay up, and talked about seeing the fans welcome for the bus and all of that stuff, and said he never stopped looking out for Everton's results, watching Everton games, and he was absolutely delighted when they turned that Crystal Palace game around in May, and said this club could never be in the Championship. It's such a big club, and I couldn't wait to come back and help. And we want to be having those scenes when we're successful rather than when we're staving off relegation. Garner's come back and has been an important part of Frank Lampard's team really since returning, making his second Everton debut in the Merseyside derby in September. He's been involved every game, and is an integral part, like I said, of Lampard's midfield. So he's made a good decision to come back, and we've needed him, and he's been part of the reason why Everton have got a really good defensive record, him along playing in front of obviously Conor Cody and James Tarkowski. So you can read more of that interview on Everton's website if you so wish to. Everton have reportedly made an approach to Eintracht Frankfurt for Daichi Kamada. We reported this a couple of days ago that Everton liked the look of the 26-year-old Japanese international. He is out of contract in the summer. He's had a really good start of the season for Frankfurt. Very talented player. He scored again last night in the Champions League and finished, even though Frankfurt went out, he finished that with 6 appearances in the Champions League and 3 goals. Exactly what Everton needs, someone breaking from midfield. He can play in wide areas as well, but can play through the middle. He is, like I said, out of contract, so Everton could try to take him in January for a knockdown fee. It's been widely reported that Everton need to bring goals into this squad, and that's what they're looking for. I think every Evertonian knows that just by watching them, that we need more creativity, we need more goals, and Kamada certainly fits the bill. And certainly with being out of contract as well, being able to get him for a knockdown fee, you can understand why it appeals to Kevin Thelwell and Frank Lampard. So, hopefully, even though his performances in the Champions League will no doubt have alerted other clubs, hopefully Everton can get this kind of deal done and get some goals into this squad for the second half of the season. Jarrad Branthwaite would have any say in whether or not his PSV loan deal is cut short in January. Reports have surfaced in Holland that Everton may well recall the young defender due to concerns about lack of game time. They reported on Monday this story. He's played 485 minutes across 10 games so far for PSV, has appeared in Europe, and has generally done quite well, but the lack of game time, I think, is concerning Everton. I think the feeling at Everton is that he is viewed as someone who will become part of Everton's first team squad on a regular basis, and they want that development to continue. James Vaughan, obviously the loans manager, is having a look at this now, but and Everton do have a clause in that deal to bring him back should he not be appearing regularly for PSV. But like I say, the story today says that Branthwaite will be included in any chat as to whether he thought it was part of his development would be better to stay at PSV for the season or to come back and maybe go on loan to a Championship club, which is also part of this story. He does miss out on PSV's trip to Bodo Glimt in Norway in the Europa League this week, got a minor injury. There's about 6 or 7 PSV players missing from that squad, and unfortunately Branthwaite is one of them. And finally, Tony Mowbray has said that it'll probably be after the World Cup break before Ellis Simms is ready to start a game again for Sunderland. He returned at the weekend to play the final 20 minutes for Sunderland. He's also in their squad for tonight's trip to Huddersfield, but Mowbray thinks that they're going to have to build them up slowly, and it'll probably take until after the World Cup break before the Everton loanee is ready to start games again for Sunderland. So there you go. Good luck to Ellis there. That is it for the News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more videos including daily live videos, become a Toffee TV Premier member. The link is in the description and the QR code is on the screen now. See you later.